Yo. All right, so Jay has me live. I'm taking over. I'm in the cockpit. I'm behind the wheel now. I don't know where the hell Jay is, but I'm taking over like autopilot for now. So
Jesus, take the wheel.
thank you for flying. Thank you for flying with Lucid Airways. Hey.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing all right, man. I like your thumbnail. Appreciate you coming in. I didn't know if it was just technical difficulties at first or if I was supposed to be thrown on there, but I know you're live right now. It was just a black screen at first. So I
Yeah.
figured if it said I was on the show that you let me in. So here we go.
Yes, sir.
Very cool. I like the avatar aesthetic for your thumbnail,
Yeah,
man.
man. Isn't that cool?
Definitely. I've always resonated and had an affinity for like kind of like 3D type ish, like digital art. Not that I know a lot about it. I would like to know more, but like you see these gifs that will be like neon vaporwave type, and it'll be like a quote unquote avatar, just the basic features of like a human in a certain glowing color, walking, almost like a silhouette, walking through like time and space. It usually be something trippy, something you would see like as a GIF on the internet. But yeah, that's what it reminds me of because it's like featureless, but you can
Yeah.
see that it's like, what the
It,
hell?
it could be
You can,
anybody.
yeah, you can see that it's like that human form or that
Yep.
being. Like it's not even humans. It's a being, like a light being.
Yeah.
Hey, so
Sorry.
I'm glad you fired up this stream, man, because I was on a stream earlier. I won't say the name. Some people might know. It didn't last very long. I joined early on, and I long story short, I stepped away for a couple of minutes because I stepped into this head shop where I
Yeah.
live, and when I came back and I said something, the host pointed out that basically if I'm gonna end up, being gone for that amount of time to basically just step off the panel type thing, and it all happened so quick, and I felt bad. And next thing I know, the stream was ended, and so I know it's not my fault. I know I didn't necessarily do anything wrong, but I also felt like maybe I lacked some etiquette, possibly. And it's a dynamic situation. It's not like I necessarily knew like that was the vibe. So like I'm not knocking myself for it, but I still felt a little bad because I saw this guy that was gonna start a stream at 8 o'clock earlier this morning, different
Hmm.
time where he was at. But I was looking forward to it. I was like, okay, let me hop on. I definitely want to talk to this guy, and you know, the vibe started to go somewhere, but I guess it's just some people the vibe gets interrupted on the stream and they're not feeling it and they just decide to end it early. So I know it's probably independent outside of me, but I was like, oh fuck, man, I feel like I ruined this dude's stream because it was just him and I. There was no one else on the panel, but it was open panel, and
Yeah.
I guess he wanted to have a conversation with me, and I ended up having a conversation with the clerk behind the desk at this head shop, and
Hmm.
so yeah, that happened this morning. I was like, damn, like not a good start with that happening with the stream, but I it's just what happens. Shit happens, So I'm glad you
Yeah,
started
man.
up a stream because I'm trying to contribute to something
Yeah,
today.
man.
Yesterday I was so tired and groggy, so when I was doing the stream with OTW and hopping on just other streams in general yesterday, I felt, or did one with Ian and everything, like I was definitely low energy. I remember you even saying like, is everything all right? Basically, when you were talking to me on your stream, because my tone. So I'm glad today I got the energy. Today I got a lot of sleep. I'm caught up, so more clear minded. I'll be able to articulate what I want to articulate better. And yeah, man, just It's the vibes. It's Sunday. Let's get
Heck
it.
yeah, man. Top of the morning, Royal. Hey, man, hit the link. Royal says he's got smoke. Supersonic devices to create force fields around us like transformers. I don't know. I never even thought of that.
Wait, why is it? It says can read. Was that like a typo or something? Spell check?
Yeah, I think it's a typo. I think that can we really now invent supersonic devices? I believe.
I think we got a lot of stuff that they don't reveal to the public. Black projects, black books, or whatever the hell it's called. Like the real secret shit they would do in deep underground military bases. Like, I mean, we already know direct energy weapons are a thing. So like, and they can do stuff with like energy waves. So it would make sense that they could probably do something that's like a quote unquote force field, like you might see in Star Wars, or any of these other type of like science fiction films. That's interesting. I think it's something to consider for sure. To what extent, it's hard to say, but I think we can be confident that they're doing some type of like, making some type of machines and weaponry that are dealing with energy waves.
Yeah. I mean, I know that there's lasers out there that have the ability to burn through pretty much anything. And I mean, that's very futuristic in and of itself. And that's just focused light. You know what I mean? So to say that we could create some kind of sonic device, a sound device that would make a force field, that's pretty crazy. I don't think it's too far of a stretch of an idea. You know what I mean?
Definitely. They have a lot. They have a lot of admitted things that they've been working on. They've created a lot of admitted things that are definitely what a couple decades or years ago would seem like out there sci-fi is now reality. It's always like it's always being shown to us in the movies and the shows a couple decades in advance. They can kind of tell us like even if it's not technically created, the ideas are out there in the ethers and it's going to be manifested. You know,
Yeah.
someone the human minds are tapped into these thought forms and such. It's like the internet, the ethernet, the organic ethernet that we have all around us, where we can search the archives of existence and reality and figure out different ways of understanding it.
Yeah, and that brings me to like, Hollyweird. Making people's intentions and focusing on a certain idea, a certain topic. Like, okay, so how many people watch the movie The Terminator? And that's exactly, the type of AI that is being manifested now. And how many people gave that attention to that movie and gave the thought to that type of thing. You know what I mean?
You brought up the Terminator.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, you know, where energy goes or where attention goes, energy flows, you know what I mean? So it's like, where did all this energy that these movies create, what kind of energy did these movies create for all the intention, you know, that was manifested during the watching of these films? You know?
Yeah, it's like setting up the backdrop or like the foundations, like the skeleton, the skeleton that they build of the building before it's built, you know? Um all the different cables and steel beams and pillars. That's basically what it was doing. It was building like that foundational skeleton by having people thinking about it, watching it, experiencing it on a collective scale. You know, people watch the movie, they get inspired, they daydream about it, they have a dream later in that night. It becomes a whole thing. You know, there's books, movies, toys. You know, it's just like Star Wars and these other movies, Lord of the Rings, different TV shows and movies, The Witcher. You know, they become these universes within themselves. Um, it's it's super interesting to especially look at it in that way that you're saying, Jay, about building up the backdrop, the baseboards, you know, setting the foundation, setting the stage for it manifesting in reality, having it planted, having the seeds quite literally planted in people's minds of that type of technology. So what I was going to say about the Terminator is like, I think it's magnetite or something. That one, like this element or like this like programmable like crystal or something like that. We were talking about on Ian's stream. I think this plays exactly into that type of stuff. I think that's related. These different minerals and these different. It's like the programmable goo, the programmable black goo. There was that movie called The Blob, and like there's this like silvery liquid material, like programmable metal, which is in Terminator. As that it's like that Terminator robot that's coming after Arnold Schwarzenegger that like will like melt and form into like different avatars of people, but it's actually like this like, you know, liquid silver skeleton programmable like thing. It's hard to say what it is. There's different ways, probably more elegantly of putting it, but you know what I'm talking about, right? The person from the Terminator that like morphs.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the T-1000. You know, he had the arms that he could, you know, hook into the back of that car when he was being drugged by John Connor and the Schwarzenegger. You know. I love that movie, dude. I mean, and it sucks though because I know the intention behind these programs, so to speak, because that's exactly what they call media when they very first started up the network. It was a network, you know what I mean, and they used programming and advertisements, you know what I mean.
Good
you know
one.
What I mean?
Yeah.
To advert and distract, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, that intention and thoughts create reality. So when you got a massive amount of people giving attention to a certain topic, it's gonna make for more of a there's gonna push that kind of energy, you know what I mean, out into the universe, the metaverse, you know what I mean. The ether, whatever you want to call it. but it's going to push that energy, and the more energy is given to it's going to create that universe, and that's scary. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, right. It is
we need to
concerning.
we need to advert our attention back to our center intention. What do we care enough to put our will behind? Because fuck the television that's only to cast visions, to cast visions. So
Hmm.
set your intentions on your visions. You know what I mean? Like it's so crazy that the creation of mind will literally change and manifest certain things in this reality, and that is literally what all the giants of renowned history, or whatever you want to call it, they're all saying the same thing. Your heart and your desires and your thoughts create action, and that creates change.
Right. So, um, I think I was on mute a second ago, but I was just responding. I think I was muted when I said this, but I was saying that I like what you said there about adversary or adverse and like advertisement.
Yeah,
That was a good one. I think that's one
yeah,
that I
man.
haven't heard before.
So they had programming. Stay
Hmm.
tuned for your local network programming, or
Right.
man, it's I was just looking at it. So there's a CIA document that copyrights the television, that informs you of a copyright of the television as a
Mind
mind
control.
control.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes, once you get into that, it makes so much sense why they push this whole holy weird agenda. You know,
Yeah.
and it just, that's where we all need to wake up and become aware and create a new reality. Because fuck their reality. Fuck that fear reality. Live
Yeah.
in love, operate in love.
We need to
You
come to
know,
terms. We need to come to terms with what the reality is that they're presenting us and they want for us, and
and
how
it's
that should
hell.
go against all of our instincts.
Yeah. I mean, coin it whatever you want to coin it, but when I think of the word hell, I think of, fiery flames, and that's due to the programming of the Bible, and mass media, but call it whatever you want to call it. Fired uh frequencies are lower frequencies, and cooler and lighter frequencies are where you want to be, right? Or more so in the middle. I mean,
Being
I don't
chill,
know.
being a cool person, being a
Exactly.
chill guy.
Exactly. Yep.
It's colder when you get higher up the mountain. We get into the whole the mountain symbolism and the archetype of the wise man or the warrior or the hero that travels up the mountain
Yeah.
and has to go see like the oracle up the mountain or however it goes.
Yeah, like the one that traversed reality and overcame, the one on the top of the hill in victory. But you also got to come down and realize that we're all here, you know? Once everybody can come up onto those hills, then we can see each other and relate to one another. because when you're looking down, you can see it all. But you also got to look up. Sorry, I'm ranting. My bad. Cheers, Michael Stevens.
Oh, my bad. I had the stream like minimized, I guess, or something. I thought it was coming through. Yeah, no, I was responding and like agreeing with what you were saying.
Yeah.
But I lost what I was saying though now because I realized I was technically muted.
Oh shit. Damn.
No, you're fine.
Dream about? What's this dream about, man? I think you're muted again, buddy.
Wait, what'd you say? What's the stream about?
Yeah, no. What you said you had a dream or something, or you said stream.
No, oh no, yeah, I had the stream. I had your stream minimized for a second, so like.
Oh, I see. I see.
My little mannerisms and agreeances weren't coming through when I thought they were. That's all.
Yeah.
Were we still talking? I think we were talking about the mountain, like the archetype of the mountain.
Yeah.
The hero traveling up the mountain.
Yeah.
Walking up those grand stairs like the South American pyramids. You know, like, yeah, being victorious after battle. Standing tall at the top of the hill, the top of the mountain. It's you know, it's that ascension. It's that ascension archetype.
Yeah.
Traveling upwards. You know, I remember talking about Jack and the Beanstalk a while back with some people, talking about it in an esoteric sense. And like, I love this stuff, man, because there's a lot of like things that you would think initially are mundane, but they actually have deep significance, or they're actually like an allegory, or they're a symbol, and like they're a hidden message connected to other things around us. You know, things that we call syncretism, word magic, you know, with etymology, gematria, numerology, astrology, and understanding realities and how we're moving from timeline to timeline day by day. Technically, we're on the zigzagging, branching off tree of experience, tree of life. We're in real time on the tree of life, like it's a track, and there's all these different possibilities, and we're always, you know, branching onto a new one. And like it could be the same path, but like a different branch of the same path.
Yeah. Exactly. Man, this has changed, bro. This is a Mandela effect for me right here.
What did?
This album cover. It used to be a hill, and then there was a guy on top of the hill. But now he's down on the bottom of the hill. Huh. Let me see. That's crazy.
Yeah, so there was a Mandela effect apparently that Voy was talking about the other day on one of his streams. You know Voynich?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't remember what reggae artist it was, but like he's supposed to be like in a field of cannabis plants and a field of weed, but like one side is now like exposed and like out in the open, and then there's only a couple weed plants around him, and he's like smoking a joint or whatever. The sky is no longer clear; it's cloudy. Like, it doesn't help that I don't remember the artist, and I'm not giving a very clear picture of what it looks like. But the point is, if I could go back and find this in the stream, like it was like a live investigation. Like, you know, it was. Mandela effect was realized during that stream with Voy and the cover of this music that he was playing.
Is it this one, Duck?
Wait. Hold on. Yep.
Wow. Yeah, I remember it being all the
Does that
way.
seem different?
It does seem different. And I don't remember them being male plants. Those are male plants there.
Oh.
I remember them being big old fat buds. Yeah, that's a male plant right there, dude.
What Voy was seeming to say that was like fuller and he was more surrounded by cannabis and like, but this, yeah, this looks different than what it's supposed to look like. And I think I know what he's talking about, even though I'm too young to necessarily remember exactly. It, I think the Mandela effect is really starting to branch out, to allow different things, aspects of life. I think more than
Yeah.
people realize. And a
Yeah.
lot of this is happening like under our nose, and like we might not even realize it. Like, we could be some of the first people documenting some of these things. Technically, not exactly saying that seriously, but yeah, because the things are increasing. So it's like you never know what could be next. It could be something really minor, it could be something really major. But all we know is it is increasing and how often it's happening. And I think that's important. That's definitely important to note because it does seem like we're moving towards like a goal here. Right? Not goal, but an end point, a convergence point of all these different
Yeah.
Mandela effects building up to the point where it could be like a really big aspect actually changing of reality before we know it.
Exactly. And well, I was talking yesterday about the emerging culture, and it's gonna it's all gonna merge together and branch out at the same time. You know what I mean? It's gonna go in the superpositioning of situations across time, and I think that these realities bump up against each other every once in a while, and that's what's I mean, there's something definitely going on under our nose, and I'd really like, that's one of my questions. What's really going on?
Yeah, exactly. Like it really seems like it's telling us that we're editing our dimensions, our realities, our timelines. People, I don't like, in a sense, not completely, but in a sense it's like we are stepping into a like parallel reality where things are
Yeah,
slightly different. Except I don't think it like changes every single time like something changes. I think a lot of these Mandela effects actually like happen like in a package together, like at the same time.
yeah, man.
Like an update will be ran, and it'll be like, okay, Kit Kat doesn't have the dash anymore. Chick-fil-A is spelled this way. This person hasn't died yet.
Oh, I like
Rather than like every single time something changes, like the whole reality is changing. I think the reality changes like in a swift swoop with multiple things in that wave, that download, that update.
like a collision, dink, and then it gives the ripples.
Nice. I like that. Uh-huh.
Yep. And then so these intersection points, I think that those are exactly what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, think of this picture as a timeline, and they're all connecting, but there's each segment's got its own reality. See, that's straight up telling you, observer. This picture right here, because that's a face. That's a straight up face.
Oh my god. Yeah, what is that supposed to be actually?
It's superpositioning explanation. Quantum superpositioning. But it's telling you right there, it's the observer. And you got the red eye and you got the blue eye.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's good.
And,
That's totally legit. That's totally
and
there.
so check this out. The nose knows, right? And so the red eye, you got logic here on the nose, because the red eye and the blue eye are converging ideas, and it speaks both concepts on the mouth. You know what I mean? See, the mouth has got red and blue, so it's speaking both concepts.
Red shift, blue shift. Yeah.
Old fish,
Makes me
new
think
fish.
of a battery. They look like pieces of a battery.
Exactly. So do you know what a solenoid is? Watch, let me
No.
show you this. I came across this yesterday.
As you're pulling that up, we don't have to dive into this, but I just wanted to say I noticed there's been some big energy shifts recently in some of these communities.
Yes.
Like over on Big Dog Philly's channel, it seems like there was like a kind of a divide, like a split happening recently.
There absolutely was. I don't know if you have seen Aboriginal TV, if you follow him at all. But
No.
he put up this fucking bullshit video talking shit on OG, and you know, that's division at its finest.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah, I know there's a couple different things that were going on, but yeah, what were you pulling up here?
Solenoid valve. Let's see. I need a. Yeah. Huh. Let me pull this up here. Yeah, there was a certain part in this stream here that just kind of blew my mind what I was getting in.
from one of the other streams.
Yeah, my shit's freaking out here. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Let me close out some of these. Yep. And that's one thing I don't like about religion, dude. In regards to OG Philly, because that's exactly what he was saying, is that, religion is a damn fantasy there to control,
Yeah.
So right here. Shit. So what a solenoid does is it uses electromagnetism to physically, operate a valve, to electronically operate a valve. So look at this, the compact muon solenoid. You got it here. And check this out. What does that look like to you, man? Okay. Calm. So I type in compact muon solenoid, and because I was thinking, man, that looks like a solenoid. And the first thing I come up with is this from CERN.
Wait, what was that? What was that you just had pulled up?
That compact muon solenoid. I just made the connection yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But this is exactly what that is. It's a solenoid, man. That's what, and a solenoid is there to open and close a valve. That's what solenoids do. So what is this valve that they're opening and closing? It's a wow. That's cool. Yeah, I wish I knew more math, man.
Yeah, math can definitely be an interesting layer to helping understand things, that's for sure.
So that's, I mean, but that's what I'll put this link out in the private chat if anybody wants to. I mean, out in the stream chat. If anybody wants to look it over, anybody that knows a lot of math, kind of check it out and maybe do some explaining on it. Where's it at? This one.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the architecture that has been made throughout history, the very intricate stuff, you know, that will require intricate math, something to
Yeah.
remember. These
Yeah.
cathedrals and different temples. Making maps, using math to make maps, scale and ratio and all that stuff.
Oh, man. Superconducting. That would mean
That was a cool little stream that we had the other day that you did when Dean hopped on.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That was
I was
nice.
glad to talk to him, man.
Yeah.
Magnet cryogenics. It's so that's for levitating, man.
Whoa, that sounds cool. Just those words.
Um Damn. Superconduction of levitation, or how do I say that? Super. Conductivity. Yo. Wow. So that would bring into question like cities in the sky cities.
Yeah. Do you know Kill the Priest?
I've heard of him before. I haven't been on his. Are you talking about the rapper or the
Yeah.
guy on YouTube?
But yeah, same guy. Kill the
Oh,
Priest.
same guy. Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube. Um, he has a podcast, and then he makes music. He's an independent music artist. He
Oh,
used to be
okay.
with Wu Tang.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
I never made that connection. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, for real? Wait, so you knew
Yeah.
about him because of YouTube though?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, you know what? I did. I think I actually started watching him on YouTube before his music, because I saw Santos Bonacci had like gone on his show years back, and
Yeah.
but I only bring that up because he has a song called Sky Cities, or no, Sky City, not plural, and
Yeah.
you said that, and like Sky Cities is just such an imaginative, like fantastical, like cool sounding thing. It really makes the mind think. Like floating cities, like sky cities. Just the concept is like extremely cool. There's something that's very creative and imaginative about it. And I know that with stuff like in Hinduism and other things, that there's evidence that there were sky cities, whether they're like spiritual and ethereal or like technological of like ancient times. Sky cities is super cool. There's something there with that. Kind of like airships. See, speaking of airships, with sky cities, anyone that knows the video game BioShock, well, one of the sequel games that they made called BioShock Infinite, the premise was that it took place in these sky cities of this breakaway civilization that wanted to break away and like do some like cult stuff. Uh, wanted to break away from America and make their own like Brave New World America in the sky. and it's literally like airships holding up this city in the sky that you're, playing the game around. But yeah, so Sky Cities is a very real thing. And it's heavy, no pun intended, but there's there there's something there. Yeah, very cool stuff. I'm curious, what were you gonna say about the Sky Cities now that I got that out?
I looked up the lyrics for that. Is I can make anything. We can make anything. In my cockpit, watch me moving through time, locked in the night when it illuminates the sky. The night's aura dark matter put a spark in it. King David ascended looking for a harp to pick. HAARP. The sun's damage.
Nice.
Galaxy flooded the planet under Atlantis. Thumb scanners, hovering cameras. When was this when was this song made? Let's see.
2012 or like 13
2012.
or something.
Damn. Octave neon sky. Electric waves for days.
Check out his music in general because his music is very spiritually minded. It's very spiritual.
Yeah.
And a lot of esoteric knowledge. You can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell by his music that he knows a lot of like deep things. He shows it in his art.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I'll definitely check him out some more. Let's see. I'm gonna slow this down so they can't fucking copyright. Fight with me in this world, walk with me in my Maybe speed it up.
I don't know. I don't know if this song is any good. Just so you know, I haven't heard this before.
Nine shots, evidence of the aliens. Footprints of the Sasquatch. Step from the side car, creep up the side block. With America's cookbook, that's what my hood took. The recipe for thieves, how to be a good cook. From angels to agents, from prophets to politicians in the kitchen. Another pot.
Damn, did you see all that? 2 seconds. You got some old
Yeah,
Druidus
the runes. The runes.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I like his art. I'm sure it's not his art, but the video is cool.
Look up Saffron. If you look up Saffron by Killer Priest, that's a good one. That or Panoramic.
Quit it. Leave his bone alone. Don't talk back to me, dude.
Monsters. Silk. Silk. Hallucinogenic power. When she was born,
Right.
Hurt the milk and it snowed turmeric flour. One of our hands freestyle and play with the boat. The hand it out roll.
Oh shit.
Peas amongst the thick leaves. Set the yoke. Where the big bees. Then here comes Jenna. They're like her. You smell the spice as she entered. She painted the tiger strike within her. The oldest scrolls. Called the Megavita. Hair was not either. Bigger features. Yeah, the golden monkey, the stone toad, and the salamander. Before Alexandria was conquered by Alexander. Where the clouds with the bronze head met the beast with the blonde dread. Dalai Lama meets Brahma. They feast on non-bread. The Buddha was happy. Then Chucky. The gods have meaning and turned green like Mitch Chucky. Rama said Venus, the she-wolf gave birth to her kiss. A kid sat doing yoga, played with his pet cobra. He said, Father, I have no attachment. I am one with everything. The sky black. Came Vishnu from out of flying crystal. I Star Trek through Tibet. Landed down there, planted insects. Approached the orange robe monk that sat in front of the monastery. The temple of forgotten vows. Of silence and sweat drip from my brow. A high priest returning east hours. Witness me coming down from a cloud. Holding the mic, hold back the crowd. Melchizedek inheritance. Genetic transmission. Mysteries of hell.
Yeah, I'll check that out more.
Yeah, definitely do. I don't know if there's too much point in doing it on like 1.5 for the people watching, but yeah.
Well, I don't
definitely.
want to get a copyright strike. You know?
No, I understand.
But yeah, man. Yeah, definitely cool. Tony Robbins.
Hey, shout out to the chat. Someone wants us to check out Melted Buildings.
Oh, okay.
Eli Buchanan. Never date a chick with 6 arms.
Yeah. Melted Buildings. Let's see. See what he's talking about.
What are we investigating now? What are you looking up?
I was trying to see what dude was talking about. Melted Buildings.
Oh, you know, isn't that like doesn't that have to do with like Tartaria?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think about that, Jay?
Well, there's a ton of evidence showing that there was a civilization here that was far more advanced than we are. I believe, you know, if you look at these, and AB is the one that actually turned me on to this. Shout out to AB. I don't know if he's still out in the chat. But these guys.
Who is it? Who are you talking about in the chat?
AB.
Oh, okay.
Fat. It's a shirt. Look at me. It's too plastic. It's tight around the chest.
Oh, okay, AB. Literally AB. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's definitely there's information and there's evidence to suggest that we have had civilizations that are more advanced than we are now in the past of all things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I don't buy into with Tartaria specifically, with that whole stuff. But I think as a base concept, it makes sense. There's a lot of hidden history and straight up lies. Undeniable.
Yeah. You know, so it's very thought provoking anyway.
Yeah, the mud flood stuff never really made sense to me, or the melted buildings and mountains and all that. But I know that they've definitely wiped out a lot of evidence, or they've tried to. So like, I'm not against it, but just the whole, from what I've heard specifically about mud floods and so on, it hasn't convinced me enough yet.
Do you get into the whole giant trees theory?
Not sure. I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
So they're saying like Devil's Tower. This guy right here
Mm-hmm.
is a prehistoric giant flax plant. Mainstream science says that these are pillars of basalt. But if you look at a top-down view,
I think that's definitely possible. I think we had giant trees once.
yeah, they say that it looks exactly like the cross section of a flax plant.
Yeah, there's a video game called Dark Souls, and the backstory is the mythology and the lore and the story is that the world is built upon giant trees, and this is a theme throughout the video games, and it's just interesting because I feel like I've seen it in like fantasy movies too, where there's giant trees that exist, and like giant trees, and they're like super ancient too. So, and
Yeah.
the whole concept of there being a giant tree of life in the middle of like existence, that's in different mythologies. That's in different like fantasy worlds that have been made, video games and animes. Like, I think it's a reflection of some type of reality that's just long forgotten, and like we only can see little clues nowadays, and a lot of it's gone. A past age where there were giant trees. I think that's possible. I think that's real.
Yep. Yeah, that always reminds me of that meme where you got the different cosmogonies lined up with each other, and then you got NASA's fucking globe.
Oh, you have to show me that one. What did you call them? Cosmologies or something else?
Cosmogony.
What does that mean?
It would be like a just certain ideology of what the cosmos is. Cosmogony. The branch of science that deals with the origins of the universe, especially the solar system, a theory regarding the origin of the universe. Cosmogonia. From Greek cosmos, ordered of the world, and gonia, meaning begetting. Cosmogony.
Cosmogony.
Okay, cool. Cool. I didn't know that. See, I see myself learning things from these streams, whether it's you or other people. Like different new word magic, new ways to look at word magic. Learning literal new words. Yeah, man, it's awesome. I feel like I'm learning more often now.
Do you know the whole the Mayan leopard sun story?
I think so. I'm probably thinking of a different like story though in mythology. So you go ahead and tell me. I might know.
So there was a god that there were two gods that they would sacrifice blood to make sure that the sun would rise, basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so there's a whole story about the leopard god that he went and pricked himself with cactus leaves and they went down to the center of the universe, and the one god came up as being not of proper intent, and then the other god came up and was the new sun god, basically. It's a pretty crazy story. There's a one video on YouTube that's pretty freaking awesome.
Word.
Let's see if I can find that video.
Yeah, I really I love those stories. Super interesting. Very animated.
Yeah, man. Damn. Chat it out. Yes, Eli, thank you. Muay.
Natake wawe wawe a Maui te chipua. Te tonga a Maui I te rā. I te wā o nehe, tere.
That's a cool son.
It's a cool song. I liked how that song was depicted.
Hey, give me a minute, bro. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, all good.
Okay, little dog. What? What? Stop. Stop. You want to fight. You always want to fight. Stop. 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 Come on, dude. Quit. A spliffer.
Yo, what were we just watching?
How My Tame the Sun. It's on Dark Shizzle or Dark Hizzle. Uh, uh, channel.
Interesting. Hey, we got someone backstage.
Oh, sweet. Hey, big dog. What's up, man?
Grand Rising, my brother. Much love, much respect to you and the family. Much love and respect to everybody in the panel and on the chat. Grand Rising, how you doing today, my brother?
Doing good, man. Sitting here doing the live stream. Uh, the motion.
I got you.
Yeah, man.
I had to tap in. I seen you was live. I said, you always come and support me. I said, let me come over here and support you. Much respect.
Hey, brother. Much respect, dude. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you too, brother.
Yeah, man.
Much love to everybody, man. Grand Rising.
Yeah. Grand Rising. It's been very eventful. It's been very eventful recently. The energy here in the communities.
Yes.
High energy. Seems like a lot's going on. I feel like it's been pretty active, especially over on your channel, Big Dog. A lot of longer streams recently.
Yes, sir. It been a lot of, like you said, weird energy in the community. You know, for me, people trying to say I'm pushing the agenda when I'm not pushing no agenda. You know what I mean? I try to just give everybody a fair shot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
it is high vibrations in the community. I'm going to agree with you there 110%.
Yeah.
A lot of chaos. A lot of chaos. Go ahead, Jay.
I see that. I was just about to chime in on that. You know, there is a lot of chaos going on and people dividing, and it's like, you know, we can't do this self-work for you. You gotta give yourself the intellectual honesty and do the research and go through these modes of thought to get to true meaning of what it is, you know, because a lot of people are caught up and they don't realize it's man controlling man, you know, and you know, Hollywood controlling the masses, government controlling the masses, and it's very, very strange. People need to come together, regardless, you know, of ideology, nationality. People need to come together, and you know, try to lift them up. That's my new catchphrase these days: is lift them up.
Nice.
You
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. There's a lot of projecting. There's a lot. I see a lot of projecting going on. I've heard some people over on Love Zay's channel basically talking about how you know, people talking about other people being, you know, adults 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50s, and how some of these people act different on the internet. I don't know who was saying this, and I don't know, and I don't care if they are talking about anyone specifically, because I'm not. I'm just talking about that general
Yeah.
energy and attitude that I see it in general in this world. We're conditioned and we're encouraged to stay immature, and through things like the internet, some people can use it the wrong way and get sucked up into it, and
Yep.
Facebook and these social media and YouTube, whatever, can become like high school all over again, or college all over again. And then you get the little dramas, and you get, you know, the people that go over there and the people that come sit over here, and like um it's easy. It's in some ways it's easy to get back in that juvenile mindset, but I think a lot of people still don't have an excuse. People will come on to these streams or on YouTube or Facebook and Twitter or whatever, and they'll project into communities the nonsense that's going on in their own personal life, and they'll use communities and channels and streams as an outlet, but not like a healthy outlet. It seems that they just project and kind of and bring their personal drama and nonsense and BS over into streams sometimes. And you know, drama sells and whatever, and having some fire is good, but I feel like I do see sometimes people choosing the worst things to get divided over. You know, it's like, how are we gonna ever come together against the system and the real issues if, you know, we're gonna be so quick to go at each other's throats over some petty like misunderstandings, some very surface level, shallow dynamics and interactions, which, you know, misunderstandings will happen naturally. It's the internet. There's lag, there's technical difficulties, but I see people
Yeah.
starting shit with each other over very like minor misconceptions and miscommunications. And I just think it's just annoying. You know, I'm 24 and I feel like I'm watching 30 or 40-year-olds sometimes acting like high schoolers
Yeah.
on YouTube and on the social media, man. So like it's something to stay aware of, you know, and you can kind of get pulled down into that juvenile mindset if you're not careful. You know, you got to be careful of some of the different people and communities that you give energy to, because there are some like toxic communities out here, you know, or people that like to come in and ruin the energy, whether they are doing that on purpose to troll or not. You got the people like Rob, you know, they
Oh,
come in.
Rob
It's just like,
Noxious.
yeah, yeah, he's like a prime example of these types of people.
The young man speaking big facts. Much respect. Yes, he is. Go ahead, young man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy. You know, the internet gives middle-aged people a chance to like be juvenile again. And that's just concerning. It's more concerning than people that are young acting that way. And when it's middle-aged people that should have their head on straight, and you know, they maybe they have kids or something, but they're over here getting on the internet and acting like fools. And it's just not it's not contributing
Young
anything for
fella. I don't
sure.
mean to cut you off, but it's like you, a 60-year-old still trying to go to the club every week. You done had your time. I ain't saying you can't go out. I'm just saying the club ain't for you. You 60 years old. You know what I mean? That's all. I ain't saying the elders can't go out to the club, but you don't need to be going out every weekend. That's all I'm saying. That's like an example for you, what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to visualize it. That's a good picture to paint. Exactly. It's out of place. And it can be awkward and cringy too sometimes. People will really put up a fight. People will really put up a fight. And you know, debate is cool. That's another thing. Or having a heated discussion is another thing, but like gossip like that type of stuff, like gossiping on like a channel about another channel on some stream and like crap like that, man. It gets old, you know, but somehow people get off on it, I guess. It's some weird little psychological complexes that people have. You know, people want to feel powerful. People want to feel like they're on a team. People play into a lot of these mentalities. Yeah, but I don't know what exactly is going on, but it seems like not even getting into specifics, but yeah, it seems like there's a lot of heat that was happening recently over on your channel, OG. People like calling out other people in the community or calling out other channels. Yeah, and you know, people making accusations you know, on other people. And a lot of this stuff, it's just like, where does it come from? You know, I think people need to slow down sometimes. People will start fighting for a cause and they don't even know what the cause is. Or they'll start gossiping about someone and they don't even know what the real situation was that happened with that person. People just ride with narratives. They hear something from someone on the internet and that just becomes reality for them and they feel justified to run with it. And so again, it's like the internet is so
Hey,
fast.
I
And,
gotta agree with you 110%
yeah,
on everything you're saying.
Yeah, there definitely has to be some discernment that comes along with you know, this you know, movement of people that are searching for answers, you know, because a lot of us are searching for answers. Some of us don't give a fuck, and some of us could care less about topics of gossip or people. We'd rather talk about ideas and you know, move the situation along, you know. Because
Yeah,
you know, go ahead, you
yeah,
got
go
it.
ahead, finish. No, go ahead, you finish. I'll get it after you.
Because we're all here, you know. Everybody's dealing with situations that nobody else knows about, and I'm gonna land on that.
I got you. It's like people trying to put me in situations where I really don't want to be. You know what I mean? I don't. I'm not for the Alphabet Crew. Have never been for the Alphabet Crew. You know, I just try to respect people because, like, I could really care less who you sleeping with. I know who I'm sleeping with. I'm happily married. I don't come on the internet to try to meet a new partner. You know, I come in on the internet to build bonds and bridges. You know what I mean? I try to keep the, you know, the personal shit out of it. Like I said, I don't hate people. I hate the system that we live in. I don't hate no people. I'm gonna
Absolutely.
continually say that. I hate the system that's
Yep.
governing us and that we into.
Exactly. You know, people get lost in mindsets, and they gain the holier than thou, or the you know, I'm better than you complex, and it's like, bro, we all bleed red blood, and we all, you know, got stuff that tears us down. But here, you got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't get on the internet. I ain't trying to fight, argue with no women. And it seemed like two women was coming at me. You know, I'm happily married. Like I said, I ain't trying to crack on no women. You know, I'll be a friend, but it's like two women coming at me. I ain't used to fighting no women. I'm used to fighting men. So I'm not gonna fight and argue with a woman. You can have your opinion. I really could care less.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not into fighting women. I'll fight the shit out of a man to the fucking death. But a woman, that's not me. That's why I got my wife. My wife will handle any woman. You know, I stand on what I stand on. Like I always say, I don't hate people. I hate the system. I hate religion. I hate government. I hate politics. I hate science because they all
Control
lying to
structures.
man about they're lying to people about the reality we live in. Like I said, I don't hate people. I hate the system.
I
Much
hate what the
respect to
system
everybody.
made
Grand
for
Rising.
people. You know, it's not really you hate the people. You hate with how the mold of society has shaped them.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
People
You know?
need an enemy.
Well, and in society, subliminally, how like a good example, like people come onto this YouTube and they go through and they have these chats, and then you have these individuals that you're like, why are you treating this like a dating site? You know, and you start thinking, well, what would cause this? Well, it would be subliminal sex in your face all the time to where you think all conversation, any platform, any device, everything is for sex. So that's what you seek. And when you're in that, I like to call it like a puberty mind. You know, you're not fully an adult yet, even though you're in your 40s or 50s or 30s. It doesn't matter if you never get past that sex obsession. And whether you admit it or not, you know, it's really funny. And that's what causes a lot of these dramas in these streams, because there's women involved. And these guys are like, but I'm trying to hook up with her. I want to get those Instagram messages. I want to be that person. And in reality, you're like, this isn't the platform for that. This isn't the argument or conversation we need to be having here. Think of this as like, you don't go to your town hall meeting to bring up, hey, man, I need a new wife, you know, or any of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's what this is. It's more of like a town hall.
That's a good way to put it.
But that's just my fucking crazy brain.
No, that's real. No, for sure. It's
Love the bong, my
it's a
friend.
mess. What?
Oh, his bong is beautiful.
Oh yeah, isn't that called the chalice? Doesn't Prophet
Isn't it
Levi,
like a
doesn't he
bubbler?
call that?
It's called the Bibbler.
The bubbler.
Bibbler. Yeah,
Oh,
Prophet
love it.
Levi makes them.
Yeah, that's
Handmade.
That's nice. I like that. That's crazy. It's funny that how Prophet Levi will be on the streams. I didn't realize that he's the guy that made the art for D-Rock the Menace, the rapper that you showed before. Yeah. That's cool. He's associated with D-Rock. I didn't realize that. That's super cool. On that samurai shit. Like some damn ninjas. I know Prophet Levi is like in his 50s or something, but he's shredded too. I appreciate seeing that. I love seeing people that give a fuck about their health. The juice, you know, do calisthenics, some type of training to stay fit as you grow older, so you can still have that healthy, jacked body even in your older age, because you started when you were younger. You know, that's the goal, is to have that longevity.
I don't know. A body in motion that stays in motion is what you need to worry about. It's all about continuing your movement. It's not even about bodybuilding. What's healthy is just fucking walking, bro. Like move around, get your joints moving, everything like that. Because
yeah, I wasn't talking about bodybuilding, but yeah.
Well, I was just meaning like that ripped feel or anything like that. That's actually, I mean, in my opinion, harder to maintain and less healthy. The most important muscle to work with is in your brain, dude. You don't use it, you lose it.
Right.
That's a fact right there.
Like, what do you mean? Yeah, you don't use your brain, you keep using that and firing out how to make this fucker work, then you're gonna be stuck in that box your whole life, bro.
What did Jay just leave us? Like,
He's
what's
gone.
going on?
I don't know what happened. No, his computer probably reset because he's everything he had on there is gone. So my thing is either his
Yeah,
battery
he probably got knocked out. He'd be right back. That happened to me
Yeah.
all the time. Go ahead, big guy.
his battery probably just died, and he'll be back. He'll be back.
Right. Well, that's what I thought it was, but the way you asked it, I thought you thought it was.
Yeah. Oh, shit. It's weird. It's weird, OG, because people, not to focus on anyone or anything, but basically people I thought were cool, I had to wonder, oh, maybe these people are not as cool as I thought they were. If they're picking a team or whatever, or unsubscribing from Big Dog, people can unsubscribe and do whatever they want, but. It just goes back to what I was saying about kind of just like petty juvenile ways of acting. Like, oh, I know this person. They said something bad about you, so I'm going to unsubscribe. I don't like this person anymore. And again, a lot of the times these things are on false premises. It'll be a miscommunication or understanding. And then you have people saying, oh, I don't mess with this person or I don't mess with this channel anymore because X, Y, Z. And maybe they're justified to feel those ways or do those things, but again, like I said earlier, people will just run with something.
Oh, right.
They'll just run with
The
something.
he said, she said, because
it's easy
it's a drama
to just latch on to.
That Jerry Springer mentality.
I mean, that is very nice.
Yeah.
Nice winter's day. So where are you at, my friend?
Peace to everyone in the chat. Prophet, salutes to you. Like I was saying, salutes to you for staying healthy.
Yeah, shout out my brother Prophet Levi. I'm in GA. I'm in Georgia.
Georgia? That's a good state. I have a friend who lives near Temple.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I got tired of it.
Oh yeah, it gets a little
my
better
mom-
when you
my-
get down a little warmer.
Yeah, I basically, my mom was. I moved back to where my mom was born at. My mom was born in Greensboro, Georgia.
Okay.
So I got tired of the big city life. I worked hard all my life. You know what I mean? I want better for myself and my family, so I moved to the country.
Yeah, give yourself
Isolated. I
a
wanted to
little
be
less
isolated.
stress.
Yeah, I wanted to be isolated. You come fuck with me, you got to come in the middle of the woods, and that's my territory. I'm a soldier. You know what I mean? I was a soldier, so I'm used to the woods. The woods don't scare me. I lived in the Black Forest for 2 years, so the woods don't scare me.
No, they don't scare me either, my friend. I grew up in them. Yeah, town of Honor, Michigan.
Oh, because I was curious. I was asking people about it. I was just.
Now I live in Alma, Michigan. But I like the cold.
Yeah, I'm out here in St. Louis. I'm out here in St. Louis just like Bobby.
Oh, there was actually something I was watching that was quite interesting this morning about St. Louis, about the old Star Fort there.
Nice,
North side of town. There's like in the kind of from where the walls are, like it points to an old water tower. That's not a water tower, but it's basically a column, like a Tartarian era construction.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting shit out there.
Yeah, I like the arch. The arch is cool. I like all the esoteric significance to some of these structures in St. Louis. certain areas in the states and cities have their own personal significance with different structures and buildings and such.
Yeah. What was it?
No.
Hey, big guy. You know, shout out to my man, Executive Sessions, my brother, Executive Sessions. He calls me his favorite bad guy. I love being a bad guy. I've been a bad guy my whole life. You know what I mean? So shout out to them, man. I don't mind being a bad guy. Somebody gotta be the bad guy. You know what I mean? I'm just a bad guy.
Right. Where did I see that? Where was it? It's like you fucking go through so many videos and different shit you watch or listen or read or this or that. It's like, where the hell was everything from again?
Right. Yeah, there's a time and place to be the villain when the good guys are actually doing wrong.
Yeah.
People that should be the good guys, supposedly.
And so it's like that.
Yo, Mike.
Jay,
Hey, what up, dude?
We hear you loud and clear, big guy. Loud and clear.
Right on, bro. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I cut out there for a second.
Oh, just ramblings, dude.
Oh, right on. So what y'all smoking on?
Great vape at the moment.
Right on. Yeah, I'm still working on creme brulee.
yeah, I'm not smoking anything yet.
Hey,
I
mine's so good I forgot the name. Ain't that some shit?
Call it whatever you want to call it. I call it weed. Damn.
All I know is good. Yeah, that's nice.
And I grow myself.
Yeah, I've pretty much gone through all my crop.
I grow big plants.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. Oh.
No, I grow a year's supply every summer.
Yeah, I got rid of I gave mine all away pretty much.
I give a lot away, but I'm a lot of weeds.
Tree of life, dude. It's abundant, you know.
Yep, keeps on giving.
Keeps on giving. Come on, dogs.
I've got my mill all cleaned out today. Wife put something through it and burnt the stone on the mill. So I had to take it out and wire wheel it a bit and then clean it through with a grind of rice and shit. But man, it's like, what the fuck did you put in there? It's like, that was not a rye berry.
Yeah, buddy. Happy birthday, Ian. We Are Awake TV.
Noise.
Yeah, shout out to Sister Alma. Happy birthday, Ian. Much love and respect to everybody in the chat, man. Everybody on the panel. Much love, much respect.
Yep, salutations.
Sure.
I do find a lot of like kind of funny because I've been doing this shit for fucking over 10 years, coming on YouTube talking to people, and
Yeah.
the salutations get me every time, like how that evolved, how it's like everybody wants to meet, greet the little ats and this and that, where it highlights their name and this, that, and the other. And it's funny how much people try to push a connection of a way. Like they're fucking reaching, man. Like these chats are great.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants.
Yeah.
You read my stuff, right? You know, it's like a chat room.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the old AOL days, man.
The old social square.
Grew Kushman, Pink Kush, and Dosey Do, or just Dosey. Yeah, this year I did strawberry cough, model, Chocolope, and super lemon haze, and OG Kush.
Nice.
My buddy Mikey grew
Yeah, that's real nice.
super skunk and grape ape,
What?
and Cody 50/50.
She said she was there.
Got fucking tons of different flavors.
Heck yeah, man.
Well, that's how you do it. It's nice to have a variety.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, you little box. Don't we all have one?
Oh,
Yeah, I got one too.
oh, I know.
You lose.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm getting low. I got to re-up.
But I
I
thought
got to go grab some more.
it was there, but maybe that's where.
Oh yeah, in the States now with all the seed banks we got.
Heck yeah. OG, show him the Bibbler, man.
Yeah, I think this next week I'm actually going to go out to Battle Creek, and there's a new seed bank out there, and they also do spores because I also grow mushrooms.
Heck yeah. AB PropFit Warrior makes these, dude. These things are wicked.
They're pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
man.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I just usually smoke nothing but joints, but since he was hitting on a bubbler, I grabbed my bubbler. So I was like, I'll smoke on that right now.
Heck yeah.
Why not? Yeah, last year, not this harvest, but the previous harvest, I did all of the widows. I did Black Widow, White Widow, and Chronic Widow. Dude, Black Widow's where it's at. So much fucking. I even still have a little of all of it. No Black Widow left, but White Widow. The ones I like the most are always gone first.
Yeah, strains matter. I don't know what you guys were just talking about because I'm in a store right now. But when you guys are talking about cannabis, it really matters the strain, and the contents of what it is, the form in
Organic
which
grower,
you're
my friend.
consuming it. Like it definitely makes it makes it more enjoyable. It makes it more of an art and an experience to use
You know,
cannabis
quite
when
funny.
you know like what it's called and what is it, indica or sativa or hybrid, or is it homegrown, is it not, like all the deets
Well,
of it.
weed's weed. Except when you start going outside of nature, you start getting to, I feel, the ends of the plant that I don't enjoy. Like, I really like my bud that I grow under the sun more than the ones that I have in my grow room under a tent. The flavors are more, the plants are bigger, everything's just so much happier. And then when you smoke it, it's fucking cleaner, it's nicer, it's full of flavor.
Yeah, I like homegrown stuff way more. That's what I normally get.
Yeah, I go to a dispensary if I'm bored because I didn't bring enough weed with me out and about in town or something, But no, I stick to this herb.
Right, yeah, I agree with that.
You don't want to
Who's got
keep
the
putting
wind
all those
chimes?
fucking.
Is that you, Jay?
No, it's me.
Oh.
I got wind chimes for days.
Nice, yeah. I like the sound of wind chimes for sure. I got a couple. Very relaxing.
Yeah, they hang around all my weed plants, and they love it too. So they're like all around the garden when they're outside. So when the wind goes through, it's like they have music all the time, and the plants really like that.
Yeah, I believe it. That makes sense.
Yeah, I
Man,
want to
you know,
get.
something I noticed, a lot of the people that I talk to on these streams, more often than not, people smoke weed here in these communities, which is nice.
Oh yeah. Well, even if it's not on YouTube, you meet me in real life. I'm the same person,
Yeah, exactly.
same fucking person. I don't believe in putting up a facade of who I want to be to other people. I want them to see me for who I actually am. Misfit.
Facts. Facts.
You know.
I'm so strange sometimes.
Yeah. I'm a weirdo, dude. Not gonna lie. My brain goes off into weird fucking corners, man. It's like I always laugh when I was younger. I remember hanging out with like the neighborhood kids and them saying, "Quit talking so smart, like dumb yourself down." So I'm like, I'm just not gonna hang out with you guys. And I always had that in my mind. There are so many small-brained people in this world that people are just like, you know, they like to clog it up with sports, news, and movies,
Exactly.
or this or that, you know, and not really explore more of what our brains can do.
Yeah.
No,
Get
be happy
into
with what you already know.
Yep. And everybody go look up the definition of a weirdo or weird. You know, it's very strange when you get into definitions because that gives you a meaning to what a word means. And so when you say somebody's a weirdo, sure, you may be saying that they're strange, but the true definition of a weirdo is someone that is on the journey of life, or you know, on a vision to see true nature, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, see the forest for the trees.
I know. No, you know, it seems like a lot, but it's like, you know,
Nice lazy Sunday here, I'll say that. I had a hell of a fucking mushroom trip last night. I was like, as the come up was going on, I was listening to your stream and I was chatting for a minute, and then the phone decided to become evil, so I was just listening.
yes, exactly. I'm going to sell it for $5. Oh, is she a prepper? Oh. The apocalypse comes. Yeah.
It's a preventative. I ain't no large. I only got one plant growing right now, and it's what, 2 weeks old out of the soil.
Yeah, I tried to grow for like a year and a half. I didn't have the green thumb. I took a break. I took a mental break. I broke everything down and said I'm a do it again in a later date.
Yeah, and it is just too easy. It's other people who make it complicated for you. So
I was
fucking
using Fox Farm soil. You ever heard of Fox Farm?
Yeah, it's not the. It is good, but what I like to use is ProMix.
ProMix, okay.
Yeah, HP Mix,
I was
which
thinking
is
about
high
going
porosity.
hydroponics. I was thinking about going hydroponics because
hydroponics, don't even. You're gonna hate the flavor, bro.
Yeah.
You need that dirt for that depth. But like, what gallon pot were you using? What kind of plant were you doing? Were you doing an auto flower? Were you doing a normal 12-12 cycle?
I tried auto flower and normal. but I was using
Saying.
bags, the like the 5 or 6 pound bags.
You know, any other, you know, that's where I always.
You ever heard of the bags?
So now.
You the fabric pots.
Yeah,
But
fabric pot,
yes.
exactly.
And now
Yeah.
everything you.
What I mean, I just use like for auto flowers. I like to give them a good amount of dirt because they kind of got like. If you don't, they'll flower out and you'll get a plant that has maybe a quarter on it, dude. And you're like, what the hell? You know, a little lollipop. I like to grow mine where I get at least a half pound. So I use 15-gallon pots.
Got you. I was using, I think, 7-gallon bags, 5, 6, 7-gallon bags. You know, I was doing the tents. You know, I had you know, some good lighting equipment. You know, made sure the ventilation was good. You know, I
The
bought some.
key is
Go
don't overthink it.
And that's what I think I did. That's what I think I did, honestly. That's why I took a break.
Sometimes the plants just leave me. It says, leave me the fuck alone. Give me water when I need it. Just leave me alone. Leave that light on. It's on a timer. Boom, boom, boom. She'll tell you what she wants.
Yeah, I had timers 18 and 6 for the first, then 12 and 12 doing what they call it, budding or whatever that, you know, I forget the
Well,
time.
I've done experiments with
12 and
autoflowers.
12
They're
after that.
fucking crazy, dude. You can do them
Yeah,
on 24 hours.
autoflowers is what normally like less than 60 days they should be at full bloom or some shit
But
like that.
You have some that go from 60 to 120 days. It's like there's a varying range. And it's just because it's a crossbreed with a ruderalis strain. And when you do that, it does lower its potency a bit.
Yeah, doing flowering, I had them on 12 and 12. But for veg and what they call it, the beginning part, I had them on 18 and 6.
Yeah. I do mine on a 25-hour schedule.
Got you. And I was also doing, I was using Fox Farm nutrients also.
Yeah, I don't use those whatsoever.
Got you.
No, I
you
keep
ever
my.
heard of what's his name? Mr. Grow It on YouTube?
Well, I try to stick with all my shit organic and where I can locally source everything I need to where there's not a store that can stop me from getting what I want.
Nah, I was talking about a person. He on YouTube called Mr.
You know,
Grow.
yeah,
Yeah, he be
Yeah.
doing some excellent tips and showing people how to do it also. Mr. Grow It on YouTube.
yeah, I want to start growing stuff in general, even just vegetables.
Microgreens are fun to start. Those are a great thing. You can throw them on so many food. They're packed with nutrients. I do microgreens too. They're great flavor. And it's like 14 or what is it? No, 8 days you can basically cut it. So it's like fast grows, rotate, always have fresh greens.
Nice. Good to know.
Yeah, you can get little, got a little tray on the table right now. These things. So it's this much dirt. And then you sprinkle your seeds on the top, water, saturate it, and they'll all germinate as like a little forest on that. These are just the small ones. I have ones that I do that are huge. I think she has some going right now. Let's see.
Jay, I'm about to hop on a different account.
There we go. Nope, she harvested. Oh yeah, I grow and I make genetics. I got seeds for days.
Hey, sorry, dude. My dogs are missing, so I'm looking for them. I'm gonna have to shut this down, AB.
Oh, word, dude. Get her done. Find
bad.
those pups.
Right on, brother.
Get those puppies, dude. I get
Yeah,
it.
man. Hell yeah. Everybody, thank you for showing up. Like and subscribe. Thank you.